Sorry.
And welcome everybody to another episode of Mac Yak. That was actually the first time I've seen that intro because Steve promised that nobody could watch it until then. So all of us have seen it the same time you saw it. So
that's a little surprise.
Yeah. So we had to eat quack in there. I like that.
Yep.
And that little sad Mac at the end, is that where'd that come from, Steve?
That's exactly from my Quadra 800. Natural spring rabbit.
And I thought a capacitor was going to blow up.
Maybe next time. We'll say that for 200, a refill will blow.
If that was also the hard drive sound of your 800, it all makes sense now.
Yeah.
So Trina's already asking, what is up with the weird layout tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, let's answer that one real quick. When we started, we're not floating around like we used to. We tried to make it a little bit like our roots, which we started with group FaceTime. But instead of us moving around and floating around and everything, we decided we're going to make it static, but kind of look like it's group FaceTime. Right. So that's the reason why it's like that. Yep. See, there we go.
We're a minute and a half in. We got a new intro. We got a new background. It's like, wow. We are creative tonight.
Well, except for our overlays, they're still the same. But you know.
Yeah, I'll talk to my graphics department.
All right, guys. So how's everybody been doing? And everybody in the chat, welcome to our 100th episode. It's. I tell you what, I didn't think we were going to last this long, to be honest with you. But
I figured 15 really tops. But,
Really.
And we've been around for over 2 years now because we started in November of 2 years ago. Right before, I think it was right before Thanksgiving.
2 years ago?
I can't remember the exact date. I know it was right before Thanksgiving.
2018.
Yeah.
It was the day before my birthday.
Yeah. So there you go. But welcome everybody. And guys, got anything you want to say about our 100th episode before we move on?
Well, I put my comment in the overlay there. I can't believe people put up with this for this long.
Yeah.
Well, this sucks.
What is wrong with you? You come back for 100 times for this? But hey,
yeah, you guys are
something
glutton.
Right.
You guys
just
are
want to see
glutton
our
for
pretty
punishment.
faces.
So, all right, before we actually get going all the way, let's go ahead and we're going to play a clip from one of our previous guests here. So you guys should recognize this guy if you've been watching us for a long time. So here we go.
What a time suck. I mean, it's just like podcast after podcast, and then the chats that go on until 4 a.m. and the Skype calls and the FaceTime calls and where do I petition to get my time back? It's like a prison. I can't escape. It's all your fault. This is a happy 100 episodes, I guess. Here's to 100 more, God willing.
Yeah, everybody should recognize that guy that we had as a guest on episode 7.
We have an echo.
I don't know who that is.
That was probably because somebody was listening to it there.
That guy owes me money.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that somebody said we have an echo.
Did someone?
I think it's gone now.
Oh,
yeah, it's gone.
It was actually I was hearing the same thing. I heard it. Somebody was listening to the audio, I guess. But yeah, Steve, go ahead and talk to us about how we roped you into this.
My goodness. Well, I have Rocky to thank for it because at the time I joined the what was it? The Power PC Gaming Lounge or whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
And I joined that because I saw an ad for it on Facebook. Probably one of the only ads on Facebook that actually spoke to me. And I'm like, that's a group that it was like one of those things like, oh, you joined this group, why don't you join one of these? So I said, all right, I'll join one of those groups. And I got out my Unreal Tournament 2004 disc and I installed it on iMac G5 that was my brother's machine. And I started playing and I played it around with you guys. And I think after I contacted one of you on Facebook because I had to get like a Discord account set up or whatever, and I played around with you guys, and then I ended up on I think it was a Discord, no, I think it was a Ventrilo call, whatever it was. I was talking to Rocky for like 3 hours straight, and I was just like showing him weird shit of my stuff from my collection and things, and oh, you have this, oh, you have that, and then he turns out that there was a podcast that you guys are doing. and Rocky posted, I think on his Facebook or somewhere, that they were looking for people as guests. And I'm like, I could be a guest. And who knew that would turn into this? But I still remember getting my phone all charged up and duct taping it to the wireless charger.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I could use my headphones because there was only one port and I didn't have that fancy splitter. And that phone got hot after 2 hours of talking because our shows used to be 2 hours plus. And I just remember either my phone was blazing hot or I didn't charge it and the phone was dead afterwards. So like you guys wanted to continue talking afterwards, and I'm like, my God, my phone's gonna die. I can't do this. And I didn't have Mojave or anything, so yeah, that's how I got roped into this, and I'm still here.
You know what's funny about that is that tonight's show might be a little close to 2 hours because it's our 100th episode, but we'll try to keep it at our normal, which. Guys, the name of it's
100 minutes.
Yeah, the name of it's Mac Yak, so we yak a lot. So,
but Steve, if you knew then what you know now, would you have come on the show?
Do I have to answer that publicly?
You can wait.
Yeah, I think Dana's right. I never shut up, so I guess this gives me a platform. So. No, but it's been a lot of fun.
All right, so you were one of our previous guests, too. Now, let's talk about our next previous guest that joined us permanently, and that would be the guy in Australia there. So, Bruce, talk about how we got you roped into this.
I got a message from Jay, I think, and I don't even remember what channel he used to actually get in touch with me, but I just got this email out of the blue, and I think he had just seen my discharging a CRT on a Macintosh video, and he said, geez, I wish I could find that original message, but he said that we saw the video and we liked it, we've got this show, Mac Yak, would you be interested in being a guest on the show? And I said, yeah, sure, why not? And so I came on, and you guys all very kindly made the theme of that one entirely sort of like recapping, and I spent virtually the entire episode just talking about recapping old Macs. And then the next week came along, and I was like, would you like to be on the show as well? I said, yeah, sure. And I think it was 2 or 3 times, and then after that it was like, would you like to be a regular on there? And I went, sure, why not? And yeah, I mean, who knows what I was thinking, but and of course I have you guys to thank for getting me into live streaming. I had never done a live stream, nor had I even thought of doing a live stream until I met you guys, and of course now I'm doing one pretty much every week. So yeah, so I think that was a definite plus.
You could blame us for that, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I still haven't refined my live streams to Steve's level yet. The most I've done, I think, is about 3 hours. So, I'm still the novice. But yeah, it's been fun. And as I say, I joined. I was first on episode 51, so which means I've been on about half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember it was your discharging video and your SCSI 2SD video, and I just remember thinking, well, good, I don't have to do those videos anymore.
I always thought, yeah, Bruce is more of a slightly older Australian Steve.
Well, that's Steve's dad. That's what that was. There was a meme. There was a meme that somebody had posted a Discord about. Hey, is this Steve's long lost dad?
I think it was Trina that said it. If I remember rightly, I think it was Trina that actually said that.
Dad, can I get a trip out there so I could take some Macs home?
Well,
I think the age gap would make it probably impossible. But
They got cloning these days.
Card. So Trina has confirmed it. It was her that said it. So
yeah, Trina always starting stuff.
So,
but it works out for her. She won a giveaway. So there you go.
Before we get to Dana real quick, but I just want to talk to you two guys, because when you guys got on to Mac Yak, you were well below 1,000 subscribers on both your channels, and then you guys just ballooned out, right?
Well, it's like Shawn just said, Mac Yak, the celebrity maker.
I know.
Just take all the credit, even though we had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I have to say, because this is something that I have mentioned before, I had made a decision a little bit before being on Mac Yak that I wanted to start taking my YouTube channel seriously and start improving the content, and that was when I did things like the SCSI 2SD and the recapping video, and it worked. I got noticed by Mac Yak, so I mean, seriously, how big a success is that?
Yeah.
And then when he just steamrolled me in the amount of subscribers, that was just perfect.
There you go. All right, and the last but not least, one of our hosts here, he's our newest host that we got on full time. But tell us how you got roped into this there, Dana.
So let's see. It was what it was? You say it was November of 2018, right?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
So I spent most of 2018 having chemotherapy for stage 3 cancer. And I obviously had a lot of free time. And I remember finding... Somebody's got an
echo there, so you're listening to the audio on YouTube.
Somebody is?
Yeah.
I remember finding, I think it was the Vintage Game Lounge on Facebook. And I was thinking, well, shoot, I'll join that. I have a bunch of old games that I'd like to play. And then I think it was probably, and I don't remember exactly which point I saw the Mac Yak stream, but I think it was probably the second or third episode before I tuned in, and then of course I went back and watched whatever I had missed. But yeah, that was quite the year, and watching these episodes really helped me just stay sane, because this is a lot of stuff that I like to talk about with people, and it was hard to, because I was living at my parents' house at the time because I had a bunch of complications and stuff on. But talking to them about this type of stuff, they just think, they're like, why do you guys want to make computers, So, but yeah, I found the channel and I thought, well, these guys are pretty cool. And then I think you started the Discord, and I got on there and started interacting in the live chat. And then we started doing Skype calls, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
So one of the funny moments I think I remember is calling you the wrong name for the longest time.
Landos.
Yeah.
My old YouTube handle, which I created God knows when, years ago, I was a big Babylon 5 fan, still am. So I on message boards, on Babylon 5 message boards, my handle was Londo's Hair. So if you've ever seen Babylon 5, Londo is famous for the big hairdo like that. And I just thought, I knew a guy on another BBS years ago who called himself Kirk's Wig, and I thought that was pretty clever, so I made Londo's Hair. And GT, for whatever reason, kept saying Lando's.
For episodes and episodes.
I know, I did.
And the next week, Lando's here.
And you know what? I admit to it. I mean, hey, it's a funny thing, though. I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was funny there, too. So
yeah.
But
and Dana actually made a really good point that sort of I didn't mention before, and that is that of the friends that I have, the people that I hang out with most of the time, very few of them are into technology, and even few of them are into Mac technology. And it's been one of the great things about meeting you guys and spending time with you. And of course, we spend ridiculous amounts of time sending messages and stuff to each other and Skyping when we, like, oh, I'm about to go pull a computer apart. Does anyone want to join in a Skype call? Yeah. We do that sort of stuff. And we do that sort of stuff all the time as a group. And it's just been wonderful to have people that I can talk to about this sort of stuff. So it's, it's great.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on that because my best friend Todd is a PC nut. So whenever I bring up Mac stuff, he just is rolling his eyes. So it's great to have an outlet where I could talk to you guys, or if I'm running into a problem that is so stupid specific that not enough Facebook attention in the world is going to get the right answer, I could turn to you guys and hopefully get the right answer.
But I tell you what, guys, having you guys as friends now is amazing. We've been friends. I haven't met any of you guys in person yet. I know that some of you have met in person before.
My check hasn't cleared yet, GTs.
No. I already paid you for that Apple too, so I'm still going to come and meet you. So, see, I still have to do that. So, but yeah, and Grudy, I still have a stereo for you, so you need to come get it.
I think we all have things that Grudy needs to pick up.
We all have each other's stuff in the basement.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, I think I picked up everything from Jay.
Sitting on the couch. The cat likes laying on it, though.
But, yeah.
Mike's actually eliminating furniture so he has more room for computers.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
But it's been a fun ride with you guys, and hopefully we get another couple of 100 episodes,
Oh, yeah, Grudy already saw the chat there.
Yeah.
Let's put him on the spot properly. Trina won a giveaway not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
A few items were supposed to have been mailed out to her.
Yeah.
Well, she's got everything but one
I
item.
haven't been to the post office. That's
You don't got to go to the post office. You know they come and pick it up from you, right?
Since when?
I don't know, 2006?
I always go to the post office when I mail
Jay,
things out.
can you explain this to Grudy?
No, I gave up on that guy.
See, when my person won the iBook, they had it in 4 days, and they were in Hawaii. Now, explain to me why Trina's still waiting on her crap. She's not that far away.
Just tape it to one of your horses, dogs, and just tell them to go to the post office.
It's not a bad idea, considering what she did earlier tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
It'll work itself out.
See, even Kate goes, you could drop it off in one of those blue box things,
Yeah, anyway.
I don't think they have those where Grudy lives.
Trina, at this rate, he'll bring it with him the next time he comes to Pennsylvania, and I'll just walk behind the house and take it to the post office.
Kate,
don't give him an outlet. Make him do it himself.
Kate, you have to realize.
I'll send you mine, and he can just pay me yours.
Yeah, Kate, you have to realize he's in West Virginia. They don't have much of anything there.
Especially where I live, yeah.
Well, I don't know. They have LTE, and he's got internet, so he's not that backwards.
I do good to have internet here, and I only have LTE when I'm in town.
We're just lucky to have him connected tonight.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Pennsylvania, they don't even have power, for crying out loud.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our very first topic. We actually do have some topics tonight, guys. So we're gonna move on to our first. Yeah, we have a couple. First topic is: should you wait or should you buy the latest technology now? Now, the reason why I came up with this topic is I was reading a post in, I think it was Mac Pro Upgrade, where someone was talking about, should I buy this right now because wait for the new M2 or whatever is going to come out next, And I wrote in there, I said, look, dude, buy now because no matter when you buy it, it's going to be outdated by the time you get it. It's already going to be, ancient. It's already losing value. It doesn't matter. If it works for what you need it for now, get it now. If you don't need it, don't buy it,
I don't understand the question, and especially since the M1 was announced, and even more so now that it's out, everybody, and on every Facebook group, it's like, should I get it? I already have a Mac Pro, or an iMac Pro, or an iMac 5K, or name whatever they already have. Should I buy it now? What are you asking us? You know what you use it for.
Exactly.
What are you asking us? I think they're just looking for an excuse, someone to say, oh, yeah, you got it. You definitely
Many of them are, yes.
Oh, see, Grudy's going to show off his little new toy.
You should always wait. Letting them work the kinks out.
Oh, there's another
unless
one.
You
another M2.
just really want it.
And Rocky got one too. There you go.
Yeah.
I think both of their computers combined just outscores all of us to put together.
Hey, but I'm still. Go ahead.
If you have the money and you're willing to spend it, and you can get use out of it, go for it. You don't need anybody to tell you to do it.
Even
if you want to wait, if you are disciplined enough to wait, then do that. Because chances are they're going to fix some bugs. They're going to come up with something a little bigger, faster, better, whatever.
Biggest mistake ever. Buying the Series 0 Apple Watch.
No, I actually used mine forever.
crappiest watch ever.
I used mine up until I bought the 5.
The only thing I ever used this thing for was as a watch and to check the weather and occasionally check my messages.
See, that's my thing about the watch is like, doesn't matter what version you get in 5 or 6 years, it's still going to be anything but a watch.
Yeah,
that's my question. But
I mean, look, if there's a new computer that's come out that's going to allow you to work faster, allow you to do more, whatever the case is, the question about whether you should keep using what you have now or potentially be more productive with a faster computer really comes down to the buyer. I mean, you can sit there, as it was pointed out, you can sit there and hold out and hold out and hold out. This is technology. It's always changing. I mean, I saw people asking this. Well, you see people asking the same question every time a new iPhone comes out. Should I get the new iPhone or should I just stick with the one I have?
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of the time when people are asking that on groups, they're asking it because they want to be dared into buying it. They want to be talked into buying it because they're on the fence and they want someone to actually talk them into getting it.
Or talk them out
vindicated.
of it.
Yeah. And I think that, one of these machines is a great starting point for someone, but you always hear, and maybe it's just once in a while, but you would always hear, like, when Apple is going back and releasing something or updating something, you'll see the news article and they'll say, we talked to so-and-so at Apple, and as soon as they released the 2011 iMac, they said they started working on the 2012. They never are stopping working on something. Yeah. So there's always going to be something new that's coming out. Like Bruce said, you just have to make sure it's right for you. I'm going to probably wait until there's another revision of it. Like you guys said, iron out some of the bugs, make it a little faster or whatever. And, because I don't buy a computer every 5-10 years.
Yep.
Yeah, you go for every 30.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way. I'm running a 2009 classic Mac Pro, okay? And that's what I'm streaming on right now. It serves my purposes. In fact, I sold a 2017 iMac because it just kicked the crap out of the other one, So, I mean, it serves my purposes. I don't need anything else right now,
It's like I used to in the early years.
Whoa.
That was something exciting going on with your audio there, Grudy.
Yeah, Grudy, you got to use your M1 Mac.
Grudy, what? You sound like...
it was like robot.
Yeah.
Doesn't the M1 Mac have a 1080p webcam built in by now? Surely, I hope so. You might want to switch.
How about now?
No.
Oh, hey.
Get out of the
Mike,
call and get back in.
About backwoods
jump
internet
back in.
connections?
We got
Robo.
There we go.
Yeah, good.
I just switched to the other microphone. I don't know what happened. But anyway, like I was trying to say before the audio went crazy, it's like with iPhones. I stayed with my 3GS for almost 4 years, and I'd probably still be on my 6S if I didn't upgrade to my dad's 10S Max and then end up breaking that. That's why I have a 12 Pro now.
Did you get blood on it?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, trying to fix it.
Now, I can say the only reason I have an M1 is not because of any desire to go run out and purchase it, but it's actually my works is what it was bought for me for work purposes. And the reason that we got the M1 instead of we had the standard Mac Mini before is it was $100 cheaper than the Intel Mac Mini. So it was just a cost perspective, and it's just as good, if not better. So
Interesting.
Yep.
Awesome.
I mean, I've only bought 2 first-generation Macs before. The first was the G5. The second was an Intel iMac. And in both cases, when I got them, they immediately improved my productivity. So, I mean, the idea of sort of holding off, I mean, it just comes down to whether, it comes down to the individual and what you want to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, going off topic a little, I'm curious. Right now, the M1 is a very promising chip. We read about, who was it, Greg Grant. He posted last night online, says, hey, I got a new M1 MacBook Air. it is keeping up with the Mac Pro and his 2017 MacBook Pro pretty damn good. And that's a MacBook Air.
Yeah.
So from Intel to M1 is very, very promising, especially when the 32 core models come out and all that. But once you're on M1 or M2, whatever's going to come next, then I'm curious to see what the upgrades are going to be like from M1 to M2, M2 to M3. Because right now it's a huge gap. Like you go from Intel to M1 and you're like, wow.
Right.
But is it going to be that way once you're already on the M series?
Yeah, it's going to be. That's an excellent point, Jay, because we have no benchmark right now. We're just speculating based on what Apple does with the iPhones and the iPads, etc. But it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with the Macintoshes.
Exactly.
I think we're probably agreed. This is probably jumping into a later topic, but I think we're agreed that the next ones are going to feature more cores. So, even if they might be getting the same single core scores, maybe some improvement there, but they'll probably be getting the same single core scores, but see very significant changes. And I mean, there's a rumor around at the moment that there's a 32 core, sort of Apple Silicon chip in the wings for the Mac Pro.
Yep.
I mean, given what we've seen with whatever it is, 8 cores, I mean, that's got to be pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
absolutely.
I agree with you.
Because right now, unless you got a 2019 Mac Pro with completely spec'd out with 28 core chip and all that, maybe it does not make sense to go to an M1. But if you have anything older or less powerful, it probably makes sense to go to an M1. Mm-hmm. It's a safe bet.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to go to an M1. Yeah, I can't run all my old apps, but I'd keep the Mac Pro Tower, and I'd just use the M1 strictly for video editing. That's probably all I would do with it. Yeah.
All right, guys. So
I'm ordering one.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I'm thinking of doing video editing on this. I even bought an external hard drive.
Do it.
So
you should. That's all you need.
We'll see what happens.
Do it.
We want to see the specs and how it performs there, Grudy. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move on here. Next up, on one of our previous guests, we have a clip from one of our previous guests that I'm going to play right now, and then we'll discuss it.
What did you do to that G4 Cube, where I put RGB lighting in my G4 Cube per Jay's suggestion? But today, I'm here to celebrate the 100th episode of the Mac Yak Show. Now, I've had the privilege of being on the show twice now, both times excellent episodes about vintage Macs, and they have only just now finished paying me for both of those appearances. But I'm excited for the next 100 episodes of the Mac Yak Show because by that time, my brand new M1 MacBook Pro will also be a vintage machine. Congratulations, guys.
All right, and we're back here. So that was Shawn from Action Retro. We've had him on a couple times, and he actually has some very good videos. In fact, I think our show, you actually see his face. You don't see his face in any of his videos. So
yeah.
No, in his videos, you only see
just talking heads.
Yeah.
Just kind of like Colin Mister. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He has some great content on there. I mean, of course, I helped a little bit with the fixing of his cursed computer, so I just have myself to thank for that. But he also did a nice shout out on his channel, which was cool, and I got a bunch of attention from that. So thank you, Shawn. It was great to have you on.
So Jay, what's this about this? You gave him suggestion to put RGB lighting in?
I don't know. I'm just smoking. But, yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about.
I mean, it looks great, so you ought to just take credit for it.
It does not look great. But yeah, like you mentioned, the last check just cleared. He's paid in full for his appearance now. So
that's
got to save up. Drop those super chats, get those donations in, so we can afford his next appearance.
Exactly. Yeah.
We can only afford one hand. It's not going to be his whole body.
We might get a foot if we're lucky.
So what did we actually talk about when he was on? By the way,
what's that?
What did we actually talk about again when he was on?
I don't know. I slept through the whole thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it was retro stuff.
Yeah. It was stuff that Steve and Bruce were very interested in, I think, and also Dana, so.
Yeah, I remember I moved
It was
my
the vintage
camera,
episode.
Yeah, because I moved my camera by the shelf so you could see all the old crap I have. So, yeah, it was a vintage episode.
But anyways, guys, thank you for showing up. We're going to have Shawn on again soon, hopefully. Just don't know when, but we're definitely going to get him back on again. He's one of our regulars. Actually, he's been on our in our chat forever, and that's how we got to know him. Is basically he was in our chat, and we got him to pop in here as a guest. So
yeah, we'll definitely have him back at some point.
Preferably when Jay's not there.
Oh no, we're going to talk about the RGB lighting on that G4 Cube. So
yes,
yeah,
because it's beautiful.
All right, next topic tonight is basically it's kind of on the last topic, but should you buy a MacBook Pro if you own a powerful iMac or iMac Pro also? And this was actually submitted by Austin, Mr. H, on Discord. Now, I think what he was talking about here is if you own like a powerful desktop computer, do you really need a laptop? And my answer is yes. If you want to be mobile or, and have your stuff with you when you go someplace, you definitely want to have that capability. You don't want to have to bring a big old box that you have to check on the airline, especially if you're flying somewhere, and then hopefully it gets there in one piece, So definitely having a laptop is a lot better than,
It really all depends.
Holy cow.
If you want to bring and have all the same power.
Hold on a second. Madeline just dropped us.
Whoa!
Thank you for the $57.47.
Bruce has given me notice.
Thank you, Madeline. That is awesome.
We definitely gotta have her back.
Yes.
I told her on Monday. I think it was told her on Monday. I think it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. I told her on Monday. I was meant to tell her a little bit earlier than that, but I did tell her on Monday.
Thanks. That's awesome.
All right, that'll allow us to have one of Shawn's hands back.
Yeah.
If Bruce can ship us his glasses, I think we'll have to ship him over piece by piece.
Hey Bruce, how much is that? Is that about what, $650 in
$57?
Yeah, something. But it
doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts. Madeline, thank you very much for that. You did not have to do
generous,
that, but
Yes, we thank you lots and lots.
Yes.
Actually, let's forget about Shawn. This was Madeline's flyback to another episode.
Yeah, the hell with Shawn.
Yeah, let's start a bidding war for our next guests.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
We're also not going to stop anybody from super chatting, even if they can't beat Madeline.
Exactly.
Anyway.
All right. Anyways, go ahead, Grudy. You were talking.
Yeah, getting back to the point. If you want to have the power to, because the question is, if I already have Pro desktops, should I have a MacBook Pro? If you want the power when you're traveling, sure, go get one. But if you just need a laptop to, surf the web or something while you're traveling, go with like a regular MacBook or MacBook Air or something like that and save some money.
Jay's allergic to MacBook Air, so
Yeah.
I mean, I survived with a laptop I had a 2008 MacBook Pro that I got in like 2011 or 2012, and the thing was like beat up and everything, but it was slow, but it worked. And that was the laptop that until a few months ago I had. And honestly, I didn't use it that much, but when I had to go somewhere and I needed a machine with me, it didn't have to be as fast. I didn't have to do video editing on the go or anything like that. But I will admit that I swiped my wife's MacBook Air or used my work computer probably more than I would have if I did have a more modern laptop.
I'm still using a 2008 MacBook Pro as a daily. That was my daily until this popped up in my lap. So.
Yeah, but you have like 80 laptops, so.
True.
all my old laptops are PowerBooks, so.
I don't know. For me, it's kind of like the first topic. Like, why you ask me? You know if you need a laptop for the road. You know if you have too much money to blow. Why are you asking me? Just buy it if you want to buy it. buy it if you need it, or or no.
Exactly.
I think, Jay, what you should do is you should make affiliate links to all these Macs, and then you should say, yes, you should buy it, and here, use this link. So all these people use your link.
Yeah, okay.
Then you can buy your own Mac.
There once was a time when, the idea of buying a laptop meant there was going to be a trade-off. It's like, if you get a desktop, you get expandability, sort of you get better graphics, you get all that sort of stuff. But of course, with modern Macs, you don't get any of those things. So,
I don't need it for work or anything, but I've always wanted to have multiple computers. Like the first time I had a second computer, I had my G3 blue and white, and someone gave me their used G4. I think it was an AGP graphics or a gigabit Ethernet, and I had 2 Macs on my desk. Decked it all out, 2 screens and everything. And I've always sucked at using multiple computers because I'll always end up having files on one computer that I need on the other one, and keeping it all in sync has always been a nightmare. Mm-hmm. So I don't need it for work, obviously. I work from home, but I've never had a need for a secondary computer in any scenario. I got my phone for emails and stuff, and that's about it. So.
Yeah,
and especially with something like an iPad, you could usually get away with some work done on that. Obviously not a lot, but.
Well, I mean, I have, like I said, I used to take trips when I worked as a government contractor all the time, and taking a laptop with me, especially going TDY a lot, you had to have that with you. I mean, I did have an iPad too, but the iPad is more of a content, what do you call it?
It's more for consuming than for creating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I did. I used that to consume, because when you're laying in bed, you could sit there and read on it. In fact, I still do that when I lay in bed. The laptop, however, was good for like when I needed to do my emails and reports and stuff like that at the end of the day. So the laptop was, I mean, each one serves its own purpose, So you have to basically weigh in what you want to do with each piece, with each piece of equipment,
Mm-hmm.
It all depends on use case.
Exactly. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead.
Kate says, I like having the versatility. I can edit videos on the sofa or at the desk.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know Mike uses this laptop a lot when the cats are bombarding you, right, Mike?
Actually, I don't. I very rarely get my MacBook Pro out. I got it out the other day for the first time since October, probably.
Oh, never mind.
Well, every time we know every time he takes that MacBook Pro off the shelf because it's so hot. I'm burning my nuts here. It's so hot. That's how we know exactly when he's using his laptop.
Because the thing runs. Typically, it runs at like 80C all the time, if not higher. It's peaked at 104.
So the cats love it.
Oh yeah, the cats love it a lot. I love it too because it's huge, and it's very nice to watch like videos and whatnots on, and I don't have the streaming problems like I do on my television, streaming YouTube and stuff. But
which model is it?
The 17-inch
MacBook Pro 17-inch.
Oh,
what year? Sorry.
2009.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it did run really hot.
Is that like a Core 2 Duo?
Yes.
The 3 gigahertz one?
Mm-hmm.
No, just 220.
Is it 220? I've got the 3 gigahertz 17-inch Intel Core 2 Duo, and that thing also gets just insanely hot to use. But having said that, I've taken it away with me on holidays. I've had emergencies come up where people have needed urgent changes while I've been away, and I've been able to just set that thing up with its ginormous screen.
Oh,
get the job done, sort of boom, boom, finished, and then get back to my holiday. So
I run Final Cut Pro on mine. Yeah, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but my computer in general isn't the fastest thing in the world. So, I come from an era where laptops were always five or six steps behind your normal desktop anyway. So it doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
I'm not the fastest thing either.
It recloses itself. Yeah, I don't ever have to worry about the solder getting cold solder joints because it does reflow. And yes, I dismantled it. I have repasted it. I have done everything, and no matter what, it still runs hotter than
they have terrible cooling.
perfectly. It seems to be perfectly happy that way.
Because
I never have noticed a performance issue or anything with it. It's never like throttled because it's been too hot. So I just, and I still get like roughly 2.25 hours battery life out of the thing too.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that the fans are running full tilt all the time.
Yeah, I had an 08 MacBook Pro 15-inch that I bought brand new, and it ran so hot I just couldn't even have it on my lap. So,
well, if it makes any of you guys feel better, I have an IBM ThinkPad X61 here. It has a 2.8 gigahertz Core 2 Duo in it. And that thing runs just as hot as my MacBook Pro does. I think the nature of the Core 2 Duo chips, they're just hot or hot-blooded.
Yeah, they didn't seem to be a good solution for mobile.
Yeah, isn't that around the time where Apple said they're no longer laptops, they're notebook computers?
Yeah, there's plenty of limitations.
You don't burn your nuts off.
Real talk.
Typically, I do a lot of my mobile computing, if you really want to call it that, on my iPad Pro anyway. So that's actually why I bought the iPad Pro.
Yeah.
Because I wanted a laptop, and it's like, well, I'll just get the iPad Pro instead because it seems to make more sense. And still does, to be honest with you. I bought the MacBook Pro just simply so I could say, hey, I got a 17-inch MacBook Pro. What do you got?
Hey, Kate says you need a MacBook Pro chimney for that.
It would just make it hotter.
I'll get right on.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we got our next clip is from a guest we've had on a couple times as well, and he's actually one of the guests we've had on that's got way more subscribers, I think, than all of us put together. So we're going to go ahead and roll this clip, and we'll be right back.
Hey everyone on the Mac Yak crew, congratulations on 100 episodes, and also recently 1,000 subscribers. You guys got to 1,000 subscribers way quicker than I did on my channel. Yeah, I've been a guest on the show a few times, I think twice at least. I remember talking about Vintage Apple Vault. That was a special series I was running at the time. It was all about vintage Apple hardware, and I loved showing off the prototypes and stuff. That was really cool. Now, it was a limited run series, so I don't do it anymore, but I absolutely still talk about vintage tech on my Crazy Ken show, so that's a lot of fun. So, thanks for having me on, and best of luck hitting your next milestones. Catch the crazy and pass it on.
And welcome back, guys. All right, so that was Crazy Ken.
I think if we start a petition or something, we can get him to do another Vintage Apple Vault. If we have enough people driving him crazy constantly.
Yeah.
I think I'll just take it on. I'll just do it.
Maybe we can get our...
Originally, he was talking about having a season 3, and then all of a sudden, he just decided not to.
Listen, the Vintage Apple Vault is how I found his channel. Those videos were so damn slick, well edited. Mm-hmm. The video was great.
You like the close up of that G4, didn't you?
What?
You loved the close up of that G4 that he did. The Power Mac, yeah, you. The Power Mac G4.
It was the G3.
All of it looked good.
Was it a 3?
Yeah.
Blue
and
white.
Was a 3.
Blue and white. Okay.
But yeah, those and I believe a few of you have participated in the Apple Vault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Me and Grudy. Yep. And I was on the episode about the G3 Blue and White and the iMac G4.
And actually, I think Bruce has kind of participated a little bit in one of Ken's videos.
How computers die.
Yeah.
How the computers die one. Yeah. I've told this story before. He basically enlisted Steve and my help to find out a little bit of information about, sort of the old dying Macs and what causes the problems and all that sort of stuff. And we got this 3-way call up and running, and then Steve conveniently nicked off. And it was just me, and spent the next, hour or something talking to Ken about what makes computers die. But it was great. And, of course, the thing is that he ended up producing a really, really good piece of information about that sort of stuff. And whenever someone jumps on Facebook and says, I've got this old Mac, it doesn't work, and someone says, it needs recapping, and they go, what does that mean? I always put a link into Ken's video because he just explains it so well.
It's one of those videos. Like I watch a lot of YouTube, and there's always videos where you say, I wish someone else would do this video again and include this or do this different or whatever. And I never do it because my videos would not stack up.
Well, cleaning a
one of
puck
those
mouse
videos.
for an hour is not.
Yeah.
That was awesome, buddy. But this is one of those videos. How Macs or how computers died. There's nothing to add. There's nothing to redo. There's nothing to, it's a good video, and I link to it quite often too.
Yeah, it's just good when you have a piece of information like that where you don't have to say, watch this, and then go read this. It's just all encompassing.
Oh, speaking of which, Neo just reminded us. Remember when the G5 went bang? When that happened, we actually helped Ken figure out what was wrong with that.
What was it, like 11 p.m. at night when iMessage went bling?
Uh-huh.
Crap, guys, what did...
Yeah.
I remember that message.
If you watch the video about that, he mentions Mac Yak on there because we actually were messaging with him on iMessage about what was going on with that. So
wasn't he going to partner up with you, Steve, or you, Grudy, about getting that G5 fixed?
Yeah. I just haven't had time to go up and meet with him yet.
Okay.
He still has it. We're just it's up in the.
Well, that's
air,
10 months ago. So by now it's corrosion has gone all the way.
I was actually supposed to meet up with him in November, but 2020 happened again. So
yeah.
I remember I got a message from Ken. It was about the orientation of the power button on like a Macintosh 2CX or 2CI, how you could turn it and all that stuff. And he just pinged me out of the blue. And this is after we had him on the show. It's like, what is this for? And I gave him a brief explanation. Little did I know he was like doing a live stream about that machine or about a few machines. And so he's like, oh, thanks. And I, just happened to look at his video later on. I'm like, oh, he's texting me right there on the stream.
Well, it's funny because sometimes I'll shoot him a text about something he's working on, and it just magically appears in one of his videos he's filming because I'm texting him as he's filming.
Yeah, so if Ken ever contacts you, just make sure that you're polite because it may end up on his stream.
Yes. If you set up another visit with Ken, please let us know when you're going to go so that Jay and I can finish my G5 video before he does.
So you're actually going to do stuff, Dana?
Yeah.
We already started. I've got, like an hour's worth of footage already. But
that was like a month. That was over, a month and a half ago? Almost 2 months ago?
Now you know the curse of filming a lot of crap and then having to compress it. You know how many hours of footage I filmed? I filled up a 256 gigabyte memory card with all this Quadra stuff. I'm not even on episode 2 yet.
All right, guys. So... we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic. We are definitely going to go over 2 hours tonight. We've got so much more to go through tonight.
10-hour stream.
No, I don't think we're doing
that. I'm paid to be here till 9:30, so 9:31 I'm gone.
Mike's contract says otherwise.
Damn it!
Somebody to increase my salary.
Madeline, we need some more cash here for Mike. You
could just take one of the golden toasters and sell it at a pawn shop.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So next topic up on the list, and this actually comes from Kate. That's our Kate Macintosh Librarian, Kate?
Yeah.
So what is
the only Kate I know?
Yeah. What is the funniest, weirdest thing we have found from a previous owner on a computer's hard disk? Ooh.
I found a screenshot of, I think it was a BBS or a message board that this individual thought was so important to screenshot. And it was of Guy Kawasaki talking about, he used to be the media evangelist for Apple, talking about like the upcoming release of something. And the guy screenshotted it because it meant that much to him. And I tweeted it at Guy, and he actually liked the tweet of it. So it's just weird stuff like that always interests me.
Well, I actually, when I was first got my first blue and white G3, I finally got it to turn on and found a bunch of interesting stuff. It's in there.
Wait a second, Grudy. Didn't you post in one of the groups there that you don't look at it at all? You just wipe the hard drive? Are you trying to say you told a little white lie?
If it will boot up and stuff.
Madeline, you did not have to do. I was joking.
Madeline, put your wallet away.
God.
Thank you, Madeline.
Right. Next week on Mac Yak, 2 hours of Madeline.
Yes.
You're welcome anytime.
Well, we can have her back for 4 shows now.
Yes.
4? She's going to be a permanent member. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
We have to put the topics by her, and if she doesn't approve, we're like, okay, that's fine. We'll talk what you want to talk about.
Wow.
But anyway, I booted it up to see if it would boot and stuff, and I had it on camera and everything, and it said, "Girls next door nude." I'm like,
So,
okay, maybe I shouldn't film this.
but he went and looked at it anyways.
I did film it. It's on, but you couldn't see anything. It was just, yeah.
I have to ask, Steve, you were doing a Quadra 800 video the other day, and on your desktop there was a folder that was named something like "Here We Go" or something like that. I can't remember exactly what. Did you end up looking at that off camera? Was there anything interesting in there?
It's an application. It's trying to open an audio application. The guy did music, so I think it's fairly benign, thankfully.
All right, well,
but
that's boring. I don't want to hear about it.
But it's one of those files you double click on. It doesn't know what type of program it needs. So very curious though. Still, let's see how good his music skills are.
I think I shared this. It feels recently, but in case it's been 2 years, I don't typically go through data on used computers. I'll check the applications. I'll check the desktop of the user. Actually, specifically looking for important information, because if there's tax records or whatever, I always, if I know who the previous owner was, I'll send them a message, say, hey, you should really do this and this and this before you sell or recycle a computer.
Yep.
That happens quite frequently.
Oh, it happens way more than we are talking about.
Tax records, PDFs of insurance, anything. But the fun one, because it says funniest, weirdest. So we're going to go with weirdest.
Zip drive stuff?
Yeah, I bought a USB zip drive with 100 zip disks included, and they were all full. Like, we're talking less than 1 kilobyte free space. All of them were full with Britney Spears porn. All of them. Yeah, this individual was obsessed with Britney Spears, to say the least. Yep. I did.
He had how many zip disks?
100.
100 zip disks, so that's 100 times 100 megs, right?
That's a gig.
Well, 95-ish, I think. But yeah, it was a lot.
Gig.
It was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth mentioning that, you know, given the fact that we're, you know, sort of, well, some of us are vintage Mac people, you know, some of us more than others and more vintage than others. When you get a second-hand computer, I have no desire to look into other people's files or try and find anything out about them or look for secrets or anything like that, you know, but there is always that kind of scavenger instinct to try and find applications that may not be on Macintosh Garden or Macintosh repository or silly little utilities or something. There's still so much software that was made, and drivers for things, drivers for accelerators and graphics cards and stuff like that. So there is always this incredible scavenger urge when you get an old computer to go in and try and, you know, just check and see, you know, have I hit the jackpot with a particular driver or something like that. So, you know, I don't ever go around hunting in like Word documents or something like that, but I always look in the system folder and places like that. And I bought a Mac reasonably recently. I can't even remember what it was. It was fairly vintage. It was possibly an early G3, something like that. And I went hunting around, you know, again, just on the quest for applications and stuff like that. And I came across a folder absolutely full of pornographic images. And we're talking about pretty explicit stuff here too, by the way. I won't go into any more details than that on camera.
Yeah, this is a family show.
Exactly. But the thing that was kind of amusing about it is because of the vintage of that, a lot of these are in these images are in 256 colors, or really, really small little sort of highly compressed JPEGs and stuff like that, because this was on such an old computer, it couldn't sort of
a thumbnail video that is actually a thumbnail. Yeah,
that's right. And they were probably all downloaded off the internet using dial-up and stuff, so they're all tiny, little images.
Wow, yeah, but that's what I always tell anybody if they're getting a vintage computer, and thankfully I've lucked out a few times from Eway's place or whatever. It still had the hard drive in it, and there were drivers on it, or there was a disk image of something on it. One that comes to mind, and it was archived elsewhere at the time, but I didn't know that. I got a computer that was from a dump, and on the hard drive was a disk image of macOS 8.2 beta, and I'm like, oh, how about that?
There you go.
And I was happy as a clam. I'm like, hey, look at this. There's a bunch of developer stuff on it. I had no idea what I was doing with it, but it was really cool to have it.
Then you're like, I got to find out who owned this so that I can pick his brain a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, if you guys pick up any machines like that, always just look at drivers and stuff, and look for stuff that you may not recognize, because there's a lot of stuff out there for mice or control panels for Whatsits and whoever's that, it's just not there anymore. So it'd be cool to have that stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're going to move on to our next previous guest, which is a guest that we just had on last week. So let me go ahead and play this clip.
Congratulations on 100 episodes of Mac Yak. It was awesome being a guest producer all the way back in episode 99.
That was just last week, Mackie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks for having Mackie and I on episode 99 of Mac Yak. I know I had a lot of fun talking about some of my old favorite educational games, like Number Munchers and Oregon Trail, and I learned that some of y'all consider other games that are not too educational to be educational, but I think Mackie would enjoy that, playing Unreal Tournament as an educational game. Since the video was filmed, I've started working on a little Mackie Christmas special that hopefully should be out within the next week or so, where we'll be opening some presents, and Mackie will get some new Christmas gifts, maybe some new games, maybe some new hardware. So we'll see what's in store for Mackie in the future. But it was a lot of fun being on episode 99, and while I was a little nervous since it was my first time being on a live stream, it wasn't that bad. And the Mac Yak crew is a really great group of guys that really love their Macintoshes, and they really know their stuff. So I'd be happy to be a guest later on in the future, once I and Mackie get some videos out. We have some books here over Logo, Applesoft Basic, and some more Logo books that we'll be going over in the future. So this is a little self-promotion maybe, but yeah, some stuff that we're working on here at the library. Well, congrats on 100 episodes. We're really excited to see another 100 from the Mac Yak group.
Congratulations on 100 episodes.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
And we're back. All right. Sorry about that, Kate, but I don't know why it cut off. I have it set to start at 0, but it didn't want to start right then. And I looked over and I'm like, it started like 20 seconds late.
Have you noticed that when Mackie was producing the show, we had no issues whatsoever?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I guess we got to have Mackie back on again. Yeah.
I think
that just shows you the superiority of the Macintosh SE30.
There we go.
I think what we could do is we'll compile all the clips into like a little thing. We'll put an unlisted video on our Mac Yak website, so we could watch those all uninterrupted.
There you go. I'll do that. I'll put my Final Cut Pro skills to the use there. But we did have Kate on last week, and it was her very first time doing a live stream, and I think she actually enjoyed talking on that stream. I think we went almost 2 hours on that last week.
We went over that one too.
Probably going to be our last time too.
I think because there was some. We're going to post that clip again because I watched the whole clip, and you got to watch the whole thing because it's actually pretty cool how Kate interacts with Mackie, and she does some very creative editing there as far as that. And
what are you talking about? Mackie's real.
Yeah, he's a big star to
handle. No. I'm talking
There's no
about
editing involved.
I'm talking about the way she does her videos, and she does some very, very professional. So if you guys get a chance, go and watch her channel. She actually does have some very good videos out there.
Oh yeah.
Well, whatever content is coming from Mackie, yeah, nice, whatever. If she's gonna be back on the show, yeah, whatever. I heard Mackie is gonna play UT.
Oh.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, Mackie might just kick your butt in UT. You never know.
Not gonna happen.
You never know.
He is an AI.
He is AI. So
yeah, 8 megahertz.
He's faster than that.
But you're playing with a puck mouse, though. So
he's playing with a trapezoid mouse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think
Mike's muted. Mike, you're muted.
Quit calling me a mute.
So he's at least 16.
It was great having her on because just hearing about educational software and stuff like that, and I've seen a ton of videos about PC educational software, so it's really cool to have somebody that's actually doing stuff about Macintosh educational software, especially because a lot of the stuff was started on the Mac and then it was ported to Windows in those companies. So, sometimes the Mac version has more colors or better graphics or whatever. So it's really cool to have that perspective.
Yeah,
what I appreciate about her videos so far, I think it's only been 5 of them. Or have I missed any? I think there's only 4 or 5 videos. They are detailed. And I love it when people do their research before they make a video. And Steve, you've had 1 or 2 decent videos where you actually did your homework. And they turn out to be the best videos ever. So it's hard to find, and I can't do it. Like Steve told me, like, oh yeah, if you want a good video, you have to write a script. I'm like typing, all day typing. Next day, I got 4 pages of script. I hit record, and I completely forgot I have a script. So it's a lot of work to get these videos together and then cut it and edit it and get it down to something coherent. So it's definitely fun to watch.
You could do like Grudy and just wing it,
Oh, yeah. Kind of like Mac Yak.
I think some topics do they almost better themselves when you're winging it, but sometimes if you're reading, if you have to recall specifications and the year something comes out, it's just the worst feeling. You think you did a perfect take, and then you call the port the wrong thing, and then you have to creatively edit it out.
Yeah.
Or you just put a little
winging it
text
works
in there.
In rant videos. When you have rant videos, like a basic outline is fine, but you gotta go. Because that was an awesome rant video.
Well, thank you.
I would like to see Mackie do a rant video.
Ooh.
Right?
These gosh darn Windows computers.
Mackie rants. Could be a separate channel.
There you go.
You just let Mackie do all the work.
Or actually,
Right?
Mackie raps. Who knows?
Whatever the kids are into these days.
There you go. There goes my cuckoo clock in the background.
9 o'clock already. Yeah, we're definitely going over.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic.
Yeah, speaking of rants, here we go.
Oh, yeah, we're getting ready to rant on this. I don't know if anybody's seen, but Apple just came out with some new AirPods Max. Okay, and they're not
to the max.
They're not AirPods. They're basically headphones. Okay, $550 headphones.
Yeah, they had to make back their investment of buying what Beats or whatever. Beats. So there you go. That's how they're making their money back.
But Beats is they are the crappiest headphones out there. So if they're using the same technology as what they bought there,
I have to say I got a pair for free. I want to give away at my old job. They're okay. The Bluetooth is nice. I like how it connects to my phone 9 times out of 10. It works pretty good.
9 times out of 10. Okay.
Because usually it's like connected to the Mac Pro, and the Mac Pro is like, no, you will not disconnect from me. And there's like a Bluetooth fight. This sounds okay. The battery life is pretty incredible. They're over-ear ones, so they're not, little earbuds or whatever the heck. And for free, yeah, they're fine. I'm happy with them for free. I would not be crazy enough to spend a few $100s on a pair of headphones. I found these in the e-waste place. They were in a box, brand new. So
I tried Beats once. Someone I don't know. Someone had them, said, "Oh yeah, try this out." I put them on. Actually, no, it was a demo model in the store where I worked. I put it on, and I've never had such an instant sense of panic when the music started playing. It's like my brain was rattling around. And I was like, "Wow, this thing is messed up. The equalizer must be screwed up or something." But I tried a few different beats over the years from people I knew or ones in stores, and they all have the bass cranked up to 5,000%, and it's just not natural. It sounds terrible.
Yeah,
so if these what do you call these? HomePods? AirPods?
AirPod Max.
Whatever they're called. Max. Yeah. If they use the same Beats technology, which they likely do because they purchased Beats, then wow, you're in for a treat.
I agree with Dana though. The Sennheiser brand, even their cheapest headphones. My friends used to laugh at me because I bought the same pair of headphones 3 times, but I kept sitting on them. Because they were black, they would match the computer chair. I'd leave them on the chair. I would sit on them. It would crack. It would crack where the earphone went to the band, and I'd duct tape it. And every few months I'd buy another one. But I kept buying them again because they were like $20 or whatever. They were cheap, but they sounded pretty darn good for a pair of $20 headphones.
It's hard to go wrong with Sennheiser.
Yeah.
I was telling these guys in the pre-show tonight, these right here, these are a pair of $95 Sennheisers from 2001, and they still work now, and they sound better than any of the big studio headphones that I've tried to buy. So, screw that, and they're more comfortable too.
These are Bose Quiet Comforts, okay, and they work just as good. And I can't hear anything on the outside, and I use these. I go to the racetrack with these, okay, and that's how good these are to keep out the outside noise, from watching NASCAR races.
And how much were they?
They were about, I think I paid $250, somewhere around there, or $300. Close.
So I mean, you're going to get with these or with Bose or even Sony. A lot of Sonys, you're going to get 10 times the quality for half the price of these AirPod Max bull crap.
Yeah, it's anything like Apple, they're just going to charge as much as they can.
I just got these a few months ago. First time I tried this brand, it's called Cohen.
Never heard of it.
I don't like the headphones that kind of squish your ears. I want the headphones that fit over the ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so far, been very happy with these. I never heard of this brand before. Figured I'd give it a shot, but it doesn't have to cost $550, probably $580 with tax, to have good sound.
And Grudy's buying one right now.
Should I buy?
Exactly. There you
Don't
go.
buy it. And what are you doing?
Let's have Bruce interrupt him. Go ahead.
Get something for one of your 5 bikes instead. Don't waste your money on those.
I went into sort of electronic store, looking for a pair of headphones. I wanted a reasonably small light pair. This is the pair that I use. They're Sennheiser. They fold up like this and come in a nice little container and whatnot. And when I went and bought them, I was trying these out and comparing them with some of the really big over-ear ones. And these sounded like 10 times better than them. And, look at the size of them. They're tiny. And they were inexpensive. They've just been absolutely fantastic.
I don't know. I like my $40 Aventries.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
AirPods.
I'm usually limited to... I don't like earbuds that go in your ear or anything like that. And the ones like Bruce and Dana are currently wearing, I have a pair like that, and they sound fine, but because of my glasses, it starts pushing on my ear here, and it just starts hurting after a while.
I have that same problem, Jay. I have a pair of Skull Candies, Bluetooth headphones, which actually sound absolutely awesome, but they're not they don't totally enclose my ear, so they're not real comfortable. They push my glasses into my temples. So that's why I like the a jack on the bottom that I can hardwire it to a device that doesn't have Bluetooth as well.
Yeah.
So, they're a little more flexible than a lot of headphones, And
these are the first time I buy wireless headphones because I prefer wired actually, whether it's USB or mini jack.
Yeah.
But I started on insistence of also a previous guest, Michael Manna, aka Stevie Richards. I started taking my workouts a little bit more serious, and I just need music while I'm working out.
So, Rocky, what pair of headphones were those?
Logitech H600s.
And how do you like them?
Logitech makes some
I
good
like
stuff.
They
really
last 12 hours on a battery. I mean, they're excellent. I love
And
them.
you could plug them into?
Yeah, well, plug them into charge. It's a charger.
Ah, okay.
No.
So that's what I do like about the Beats ones that I won. It's a Solo 3 wireless, whatever the heck. They're discontinued now, I think. But your whatever headphone jack, and you can just plug that into the your tower or your iPod or whatever. But they're also Bluetooth, which is nice. So you had that versatility there. I like having a hardwired connection for stuff that isn't wireless, or when you don't want to be wireless.
Now, this is a pair my wife got me off of Amazon, $20. I've had them for about 2 years now. It's a gaming headset, so I use this when I game. But I tell you what, the audio sounds.
GT, do you game to the max?
No.
Obviously not.
No, I do not. So therefore, I use those only for that. But I actually have been using my Blue Snowball a lot more for my audio versus the microphone on that, because it does sound a hell of a lot better than the microphone that I had on there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm using now is a Blue.
What I'm using here is the earpods that came with my iPhone 6s.
See,
he's comfortable.
He's too cheap to buy a good microphone, but he could buy that M1, MacBook Pro.
Exactly.
And
he's got how many tripods he could have bought with that money?
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's going to buy.
Jay.
Well, he is going to buy the new headphones, so that might work, but I don't know how the microphone.
Don't do
It
it.
says in the headphones case. What is your take on the case? It has a case?
Yes, they fold up, and there's like a little handle that you can put on it.
I saw it at the bottom of the page. It's weird.
It looks weird. It looks like a little purse almost.
Yeah.
That's just what I want.
I'll make sure to buy it. Neo calls it the bra case, because now I'm kind of curious.
It does kind of look like a bra. Yeah.
Okay, I guess Kate didn't want to say that, but that's probably what it is, isn't it? But anyways, but that's to be honest with you, my wife wants it because she likes blue and they have a blue one. And
cheaper than a haircut.
Well, no, actually, I think it's about the same amount. Yeah. So.
How long do you have to scroll on this website before you see the case? Oh, that does look weird.
Look at Jay. He's got to tilt his head.
Yeah.
All right. I have to go look.
I'll stick with what I got.
Yeah. I'll let you say it. Yeah, Kate goes. All right, guys. So are we done ranting on this?
I can go, but I'm done for now.
We could go on forever, but let's go ahead and move on to our next final clip that we have tonight of a previous guest, and I'll let the clip. Yeah, I'll let the clip play itself.
Before you play it, should mention that the audio is a little screwy on this one.
Yeah, it's not me. Yeah, it's not my audio. So Jay and I watched it, and we're like,
Hey guys, Mac Yak. It's been great for 100 episodes so far. I just have a lot of great memories. I'm going to try to keep it short here, but some of the things I remember most we talked about over that time I've been a guest and been on Mac Yak has been some of the AV stuff I've done. It's really great to leverage all these different old toys, so to speak. It's just fun picking them up. As you can see, I got the cube in the background playing around Firewire target disc mode, and I got the iMac G4, and you see on the top shelf there my PowerBook Pismo and my 1 gigahertz titanium PowerBook G4. I'm just going to give you a quick tour and show you around some of these machines. But here's you got the Thai book right there playing around on Leopard. We have the grand setup is over here with the Mac Pro and all the other stuff. Got the fun gaming chair there, but it's just great to live in this world of Mac and all this fun stuff. You can see the 22-inch cinema display there playing around with OS 9, and down here we have a Quicksilver, and we have a Power Mac G3 tower. But, I love this stuff, and it's sorry for the gaff with the finger there, but I do love this stuff. It's a lot of great memories so far with Mac Yak. The guys remember goofing on me one time and hitting the ding button every time I was trying to talk when I was talking about the RCA. I remember that episode. We're a great family. It's a small group of people who love this stuff to no end. So, guys, just keep doing what you're doing. It's just fun to learn more and more about what we can do with our Macs, whether it's gaming or squeezing a few more years out of stuff with these OSs and these patches. All this cool stuff we could do, but variety of OSs, variety of applications always on all these things. You can just keeps going and going, and this ARM future just leaves me with a lot of questions, but we'll see. We'll see. Just like we were all worried when things went to Intel, and I think it's going to take a few years before ARM really takes off, but. Until then, just keep yakking. Great 100 episodes. Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right, guys, and we're back. And that was Dan. We had him on. I can't even remember what episode we had him on. It was so long ago.
I remember because I
we had him on a few.
We had him in episode 15, 42, and 78.
Ah, okay. So it was like we're kind of due for another one with him.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can make it out. I think the audio was pretty good in that section. Remember when he was on? And we discovered that he forgot to mute his notifications, and we started texting him like crazy. In the background.
Yeah, I love that.
I think he'll next time he's on. I'm pretty sure he's gonna enable his do not disturb. But yeah, Dan, he's pretty active lately on the Low End Mac website, not Facebook, but the website, writing articles again.
Oh, really?
And he's, I think he's going after the more unique hardware toys. Like he got the Titan Ridge card for his Mac Pro, and he got some. Of course, he's a nut for anything CRT. So he's got some new CRTs on the way that he wants to talk about soon. So he'll definitely be back.
Yeah, and Dan's been very helpful. I've been pinging some ideas and facts off of him because one of the reasons that, some of the videos I do take so long is because, as Jay said, you want to make sure your research is done. And, it's so easy to post something and you edit it, but with a video, you can't really do that. Once it's out there, it's out there. So people like Dan are, invaluable in the Macintosh community, just the amount of decades of experience that guy has. So it's always great to find somebody like that.
Is that why it's taking 2 years?
I will just never tell you guys when it originally started.
How much research do you need to do on a 20-year-old computer?
No, it's all right. So
you got to remember, Mike. You got to remember.
I had to do that because you just walked into that one.
Well, you got to remember, Mike wings his videos. Steve,
I will say that I was waiting on some pictures. I got those pictures. I'm doing the Quadra thing now, but I still have the project open. Whenever I open up Final Cut Pro, it yells at me to sync the media for that clip. So it's ongoing. It'll be done when it's done.
Okay.
Yes, so don't expect it next year.
Can you do me a favor, Steve? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm on a limited timetable. Do you think we could do it before I die?
Yes. I plan to have it out in the next 30 days.
I figure I got 10
Whoa. Is that a commitment right there?
Yes, that is a commitment.
Yeah.
Y'all heard on Mac Yak.
Mac Yak first, folks.
Part 1 will be done within 30 days.
All right.
For this 2 years now.
So we're looking at January 10th. Actually the 9th, January 9th.
So we'll see
Come on,
how productive I get.
I pay for your Patreon. I expect January 9th.
Yeah, January 9th.
You know what's going to happen, though? It's going to be like, guys, I know I got 2 hours left to meet the deadline, but I've been live streaming my entire vacation.
Then it was New Year's, and I got really drunk. And
the video's going to be like 8 hours long, and you guys are going to be like,
but Steve, here's the thing, though, and we can talk about this now, is that you got 2 weeks of no Mac Yak to do this.
Yeah, I know.
The next 2 weeks, or not next 2 weeks, but after next week, for 2 weeks we won't have Mac Yak, guys, because guess what? Christmas and New Year's Eve, or Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve falls on Thursday, so we will not
do something. But
in Steve's defense, during those 2 weeks, he has at least 2 days he can't do anything because I'm going to be visiting him. Yeah. So that's pretty much going to shoot any possibility of anything remote.
All productivity. He's not going to do anything. So, you'll be there and he'll live stream.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just saying that the whole idea of the scripted video and crap is just shot out the window because we're just going to start. I'm probably going to root around in his basement looking for something and say, "Holy crap! I haven't seen one of these in 30 years. Let's play with it."
and then we find we have to search for the power adapter for an hour.
He might, and this is a big if. He might clean up the side of the basement where we can either one get to the projector and play the Nintendo 64 like we were talking, or
what?
I'm coming. I might be able to get the Apple III off the shelf for the first time in 2 years to see if the profile even still spins up.
You got the Nintendo 64. You got Mario Kart, right?
Yes, you have to choose which side of the basement because there's only so much space, but the crap amount is still there. So you just have to shuffle it from one side to the other.
You have crap everywhere, but it's only like 3 inches deep.
If you want to come and help me build shelves in 30-degree weather, we'll do that.
6 feet high in one corner, then we can find the floor. We might not be able to find anything else, but we will find the floor.
Mr. H goes Steve's 48-hour live stream.
Yeah. Mike is going to move a box and there's the final version of Steve's clone video. It's been hidden under here this whole time.
Either that or everything in the basement's going to fall on me and I'm going to die right there.
At least you'll die happy.
Either way, it should be streamed.
That's not covered by my insurance.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next one here.
Yes, please.
Yes. So I'm gonna save you for a second here, Steve. But we're gonna do our game round. We only got one tonight because
it's the only one that matters.
It's the only one that matters. If you're new here, I'm gonna explain the rules one time here. It's if you have or if you haven't. Okay. Eep. You type in eep if you have. Or quack if you haven't.
Oh, God.
Madeline.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, my God.
Madeline. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Come on over, Madeline. That Apple III is at your disposal there.
Yeah.
I happen to have a firstborn, and he's now yours.
Might as well just have her on next week.
Yes.
Honestly. She spot her spot.
This is how you get on the show. You bribe the hell out of us.
She bought her retirement account.
I think she bought a permanent spot on the show at this point.
All right, let me see. We got to make room. Grudy, bye. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Are we though?
Anyways, guys. We were going game round. We got distracted. Madeline with that super chat there. So
Rocky's looking very serious. Like, what the hell is wrong with all you people?
And the answer is a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know what's wrong with you people. That's not a question. I don't question that.
All right. So, anyways, type eep if you have or quack if you haven't, and we're gonna actually say eep or quack on here. So,
eep.
All right. We only got one item on here, so here it is. Have you ever watched all 100 episodes of Mac Yak, and that's including tonight. So if you're watching tonight, that's including the 100. So eep if you have, quack if you have not. And eep.
I think I've seen them all.
The first few episodes I remember listening to, so I may have not seen every pixel on the screen, but
yeah,
I listened to all of them.
Trina, quack, what?
Oh,
man.
We got a lot of people that need to step
Matthew's
up here.
band, Trina's band, Crazy Tech's band, Scarlett's band, Shawn's band, Mac band. Okay, so everybody's band.
I want to hear
not Madeline.
from us, because we also...
Wow, there's a lot of quacks there. God.
That's a lot of... It's a lot of episodes, though. It's a lot of hours.
Let's
right.
go from left to right here. So, Dana, have you seen all the episodes?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Bruce?
No.
Mike? No. GT?
Yes. I produce them also.
He's been in all of them. So is Jay.
That's
fair.
I'm honestly not sure. I think I have.
Every episode, they've seen every episode because, of course, they've seen every damn episode.
Yeah. In fact, when I was moving, I did not produce a couple of them because Steve jumped in there and did that for us, and also Grudy. But I actually watched it because I could watch, but I didn't have my computer stuff set up because it was getting packed away and everything. But I did watch them, so yes, I have watched all 100
This is a sad
episodes.
night for Mac Yak. There's not a single eep. Not a single one.
I know.
This is the night where Mac Yak died.
I like that
Don't
one.
even do this.
E-quack.
E-quack.
So I was Eep. What about you, Rocky? I'm sure you missed
quack. I have not seen them all.
Come on.
Just wanted us all on the record there. That's all.
So, out of all the hosts in here tonight, that Dana wasn't even a host until just recently. So he has been one of our avid followers before he even became a host. So he's actually probably the only one, even in the chat over here, that has actually seen all 100 episodes. So
then I got to type.
We got to give him some kind of top fan score or whatever you think there, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, Dana's one of those people where I'm like, I don't know where I put that pair of pliers I have, and Dana's like, oh yeah, last time in your stream, you put them on the shelf, two containers to the left.
Yeah, because of its pliers, I noticed.
Okay, so
Madeline is trying to weasel her way out of here, which we might let her do this time. In my defense, they're during a work day in Australia. Do we let her get away with that? Or?
What?
It's fair call.
Bruce is here during a work day.
Yeah, but I haven't seen them all.
You don't have to watch it live. You just have to watch it.
We have all 100 episodes are actually on the channel. You could go back and watch every one of them. They're all archived there.
Yeah, that's what our challenge is for this week for you guys before you come back. Watch the other 100 episodes, the other 99, and catch up, and then we'll go quiz you.
Okay, but you're looking at this.
Have a 2x playback thing, so you can
just put them on while you're asleep, and we'll just talk to you subliminally.
There. But you got to look at it this way. If you think about it, we started doing an hour and a half, but we started doing 2 hours before then. So if you average about 2 hours a show at 100 episodes, that's 200 hours. Okay, that's how many days is that?
Are we talking
that's
about
a week?
watching?
That's a week.
24.
That's 8
if you're
days
watching
and 8 hours.
Yeah, that's if you're watching nonstop.
Well, it just means you have to run it at two times speed.
Well, if you start tonight after this show, you can easily finish before Christmas.
Yeah.
That too. But if you play it at 2 times speed, you'll be able to watch it all before the next time.
Yeah.
As long as you sit up and just binge the whole time.
That includes you, Grudy, because you said quack too.
Uh-oh, Madeline said pop quiz there. What is she pop quizzing us? Oh.
She's talking about pop quiz. Everybody be ready for one next week.
Pop quiz.
We have another eep quack, by the way, from Trina.
Oh, yeah, let's do
Go for it.
Have you had a client contact you looking for a part for a computer, and after looking for the part online, only then realized that you have it?
Yes.
Eep.
Yeah, Eep.
Eep.
And I've also had people assume that I have a bucket of things. They're like, oh, you got 512K RAM sims for a LC. And I'm like, no.
You've got
Wait,
batteries.
you don't?
Lots and lots of
What, you
PRAM
don't?
batteries.
And it's not even for customers. It's for me. Like I'll be
Actually,
looking for
Steve-
something, then I'm like, I don't have that, and I order it, and then I find 2 of them. You know.
Hey, Bruce, actually, Steve does have a bucket of PRAM batteries.
Yes, I know. None of them work though.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
but
asterisk
still
on it.
has it. Nobody said they had to work.
No, yeah.
I mean, I
It's a
remember
detail.
when you were working on a computer once on one of your live streams, and you were having trouble and with RAM and that, and I said, try putting some different RAM in there. And it's like, you know, I don't know if I've got any more. It's like, how can that be possible? I mean, you're surrounded by Macs.
I should have said, I don't know where it is at the particular moment.
But Dana could have told you where it was.
It's either in the basement, in my office, or in the attic. Yeah. Dana needs to do my inventory, and Dana has to come over and help me clean up. Yeah.
I'll bring my Pismo
garage.
FileMaker Pro with
Yeah,
my
you don't
Pismo.
want Dana visiting you. You end up with a basement full of Dexcool stains.
And then I get hit by people in their car. So.
Oh, there you go.
Dana, if you come over, I promise not to run you over. That's a promise.
It wasn't Jay. It was some 89-year-old woman who can't.
Sure, it wasn't. Jay looks suspiciously like an 89-year-old woman sometimes with a wig. So
I don't even want to picture that in my mind.
And it was unsuccessful.
All right, guys.
that was why.
Pretty quick.
Yeah,
That's
so
why Jay had you sign that will before you left.
all right, before we move on, we want to go ahead and mention some of our other guests that weren't able to actually put a video clip or give us a video clip, but we did have one of our very first guests was Michael Manna, also known as Stevie Richards. I think Grudy got him to come on, and it was because
No, it was Jay.
Was it Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, because he was having an issue with his
T2
chip. Yeah, so we talked about the T2 chip pretty much in depth on that, and talked about Michael's distaste for it.
Yeah, he was in 4 episodes altogether. He was gonna make a video, but he's it's the end of the year. As people may know, he has a fitness brand and his own podcast and all that stuff.
A busy
and
dude.
He's ramping up for New Year's launches and stuff. So he sends his regards, but he could not crank out a video.
The next person we've had on a couple of times actually, and we've actually had to supply. I think we had to bribe him with severe amounts of caffeine because it was like 2 or 3 in the morning for him. I mean, he's actually. I think he's in here still right now.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
he's in the chat.
But
He was here. He probably
was.
Yeah, he probably fell asleep.
There
But Christian, and he is actually the owner and operator of Macintosh Garden.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
So.
Oh, great. Make sure you don't mispronounce that.
Yeah. Or mistype
We
it.
love you, Rocky.
Yeah. But you know that will never go away, Rocky.
Never.
Well, I need to thank Christian because whenever I'm looking for something or I find a disc and I'm archiving it, if I can't find it on Macintosh Garden, he has like that Rolodex in his brain like Dana has, where he's just like, oh yeah, that's bundled in with this disc, somewhere. So it's always an excellent resource, and then that website is amazing also.
Yeah.
So I mean, screw that repository nonsense. Go to Mac.
Quick off topic. Eep Quack. Who here has visited Macintosh Garden?
And who?
Eep.
Who has
I see a
uploaded
single
stuff to
quack in the
Macintosh?
chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to have a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah.
And who has uploaded?
I thought for a second that he meant like actually physically visited it.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, and Christian has actually dropped in on a couple
Oh,
of
there's a quack. There's a
Oh,
quack.
there is a quack.
Neutron doubles 07.
Neutron double. We need to have chat offline.
Okay, we're going to put him on a timeout.
You can fix that right now by going to the website.
That's right.
Yes. The garden is the best.
Yes. If you want any retro stuff for Macs, go there. He has just about everything you can think of there.
No silly login required. No
Yeah,
ads.
Well, actually, you can have a login because I have a login.
Not
but
required.
It's not required. No.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have it, you don't need it.
Virtual Valerie or something like that.
It's there. Leisure Shoot Larry's there. He has that.
Yeah.
GT knows. He searched for it.
Yeah, I did.
If Christian doesn't have it, you don't need it.
Exactly.
I'm proud to say I've uploaded 10 unique items to the Macintosh Garden that were not available anywhere else previously.
Yeah, brag.
I'm just saying.
All right, so a couple of more guests we've had on that weren't able to provide one, and Colin, who everybody knows as DOS Dude 1, who makes the patchers and stuff. We had him on talking about his the bypass for that 2011 15-inch MacBook
Dying
Pro.
Light.
Yeah. So it was the very first time anybody ever got to see his face too on Mac.
On YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. He is one of those like Action Retro that shows their hands only on their videos, but
yeah, we know someone else like that, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we've had him on a few times. It's always nice to have him on. And the last but not least, and she should be able to be on here live right now because she should be able to walk through that door, is Jay's wife, Wendy, was on here as a guest because she has a special talent for graphics design, which she does for a living. And she's the actual designer of the Mac Yak logo because she didn't like
break
Jay's.
down that door.
Because she didn't like Jay's logo.
She's upstairs right now giving our kid a bath, but we were having dinner hour before the show and saying, "Oh yeah, Mac Yak got a few clips of the guest and all this." And she, "Oh, I was supposed to record a clip. Is it too late?" "Yeah, it's too late." No, really, it's too late. So she wanted to, but there was no time. And of course, there's Madeline, who is in the chat. Or was in the chat.
She's still there.
She's still in the chat.
Well, what we could do is anybody who forgot to send one in, we could always put that in that compilation we'll put on YouTube. How about that?
Put it up next week, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the only reason why Colin couldn't make one is because he's moving and he has to be out of his place by tomorrow.
Excuses.
That sounds like two reasons.
Saturday. Yeah.
So, speaking of Jay's wife, Wendy, she's also the designer of the banners that I use on my channel.
Is she?
Awesome. Yes, she's the one who made all the Mike's Mac Shack graphics. Steve did make me some that I do use on Facebook, and actually I use one as my watermark. But
those are the poor man versions.
But the actual like the big banners and stuff that or like I don't have one in the background tonight, but yeah, all the big ones with the little classic Macintosh with the heart above it is actually Wendy. So
lovely work as always.
And she did it for a very reasonable price. I won't say how much, but it was very reasonable, and I couldn't say no.
I can tell you what, I think the Mac Yak logo. If you guys ever saw our original one,
it was awesome. I don't want to hear anything about it.
It was good.
But you can still see it in the intro.
Yep, it's in every single intro since the new intro started.
That's right.
See it just for a few seconds.
But if you go back and watch our very first couple of episodes, you'll be able to see it.
It's going to do now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah. It was a horrible logo.
Dude, I will smack you.
I'll never not say it was a horrible logo because it was a horrible logo.
You loved it until the new logo came along.
No, I never liked it.
You were the biggest fan.
Yeah, you were. Come on, Groove.
There was even a segment of an early episode where you guys were debating whether to keep using it or to go with what Wendy designed one.
Yeah.
We actually did debate that. It's been a while since.
I remember that.
No, I don't remember which episode because I'm not a complete.
I think we left it to the audience to kind of pick, and they kind of picked Wendy's. Yeah. So.
Whatever. Steve is actually a good graphic artist as well, by the way.
Yes.
I know. I see him draw stuff on his live streams to fire up an old computer and draw binders.
Steve's very good at doing the upside down iMac.
I'll just tell you guys when my Dad had me over at his job ages ago. They put me in front of an old Mac with Photoshop, and I just took to that mouse like it was nothing. And all of his coworkers just surrounded around me, and they were like, he's actually controlling and drawing with the mouse? Like, my dad's like, I guess, yeah, sure.
You are astonishingly accurate with the mouse drawing stuff. I watched that, and I'm like, he's got to have a Wacom or something. Like nobody with a mouse is that accurate. But
I guess it's just because I've been doing it since I was like 5, so...
I used to be really good at it with a trackpad. By the way, GT, you have a question.
Where's the question at?
In the chat.
I have a severe disc issues with my neck. Is your gaming chair good for ergonomics? Yes, actually, it helps my back pretty much because I have there's a little lumbar support thing that you can put down at your back also. But I don't use it. Yeah. But
I have that too.
And you can raise and lower it. It's actually that's what these are for right here. Is it's got a strap that goes up and down, but I don't use that little piece there. So you can raise and lower the lumbar wherever you want to put it at. So
these gaming chairs are nice because this right here, I use this for
my
neck. I don't put it up on my head, but my neck. Mm-hmm. And then the arms you can raise and lower.
I do that all the time. Yep.
Yeah, they really do help.
Yes. Hey, believe it or not, mine's actually pretty good too. Mine has a back massager in it.
Oh,
nice.
Damn.
Fancy. That's why I keep this ratty looking thing around me. Because I have never found another one.
Is that when you sit down with the cat there and struggling to get out?
What's that?
Is that when you sit down with the cat that's struggling to get out from behind you?
That's the massager. Yeah.
I don't want anyone to be
size, but
I don't want anyone to be left out. We didn't ask every previous guest for a clip. Some guests it's been a long time. Other guests didn't have time, but any previous guest currently watching this or watch this in the future, much appreciated. You helping us out, growing as a channel, offering fun content, and you're welcome back anytime.
Yes.
Yeah, anybody who's participated on Discord, shared our videos, tweeted them out, etc.
And Rocky, that includes you because you were previous host and founder of the show here. So.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but not Shawn.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. We are definitely going to hit 2 hours tonight. All right, we're going to be doing something next month, which we're going to be announcing right now, is the 2021 68K and Power PC Challenge. So I'm going to throw this over to Jay because he has all the rules and everything for this.
Yes, and I was supposed to make a blog post live that I didn't do. So I'm going to kind of stall and hit publish here. So that's okay, so previous years we had the Power PC Challenge. We once upon a time had the classic Mac OS challenge as well.
Yeah.
But now, because of one individual that wanted to do things differently, we have the 68K and Power PC challenge. The concept is simple, and I'll put a link in the description. Use a Power PC Mac or a 68K machine for a week, as much as you can. That's the whole concept of it.
Yep.
And all the fine print is on the website. I just put the link into because there's always people. Oh, can I use a PC? Can I use an Atari?
No.
What about a Mac with Windows on it?
No.
All your questions will be answered on that website.
In fact, you can't even use a Hackintosh. It must be genuine
if
Apple
the product
or
has
a clone.
One of these names.
Or a certified Apple clone. That is also okay.
Yep, and that's thanks to Mike. That was his idea to include the clones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't want the clones to be left out because they're not technically Apple Macs or Macintoshes. So
no, but they were actually authorized. But they were authorized to run it.
If it's authorized to run the Mac OS.
But I wanted if anybody wanted to participate, I also wanted to kind of close a loophole, thinking, oh well, this is technically a clone because it's a Hackintosh.
No.
So for those listening on podcast, if we're ever going to get an audio podcast or watching this later, there's only 3 rules. 68K or PowerPC, it has to be an Apple Mac / Macintosh or a or a Macintosh clone. Any operating system goes. Any OS you want to run on it, that's up to you, as long as it is a 68K or PowerPC Mac or a clone. If you want to use multiple Macs, because, machine is too slow to do two things at once,
Jay, hold on a second. Not any OS, because it has to be Apple specific OS, not Linux, not Windows. Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
No.
The hardware is the limitation. Why should the software be?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that Shawn is going to run Linux. He's not going to run anything else.
Yeah, in that case,
you only have two choices. It's either Mac OS or Linux.
Or Windows.
There is nothing else. How are you going to? You can't run Windows natively on a PowerPC.
True.
You can still run Windows. It's just going to be really slow. Anyway.
Exactly. Click.
Emulate.
Wait 2 days. Click.
Yeah.
And
we should say
in the
past. We should say
Dan's question in the chat.
The computer natively runs.
So Dan's asking, can he use Sheep Shaver?
Emulators.
No.
See, that's what I mean with the questions. Dan, come on.
Actual hardware, guys. Actual hardware.
Hardware has to be 68K or PowerPC.
Actual hardware.
Hold on, let me install a PC compatibility card in my Power Mac.
But in the past, we've started this challenge. As soon as the new year started, we started the challenge, but that turned out to be a little tricky in previous years. People are busy after the new year, so we're going to start the first Mac Yak of the new year, which is January 7th, if I recall. I already closed the page. Was it?
Sounds right.
Yep, January 7th, after Mac Yak ends, the challenge kicks off, and it'll last 1 week.
Yay.
And the important thing is that we're not looking for people to lose their jobs by not being able to do what they're, paid to do. This is about, the time you would spend on a computer in your recreation time.
Yep. For instance, I try to watch YouTube on my G5 or G4 and watch everything in 360p or lower. It still works. It's just not eye candy.
I've actually, the only thing that doesn't work on at least my G5 is a live stream.
Well, it will now with that new plug-in from 10.4 Fox from last year.
Oh, really? Okay, I haven't tried. The last time I tried running a live stream on my G5, the poor computer just.
Hey, I think Shawn did a live one time. Maybe, I don't know if it's live or he was just watching one of our.
I think he was watching it after the fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we talking about watching a live stream or streaming live?
No, watching a live stream.
Okay.
No,
watching a live stream.
It was his G3 desktop. He was watching one of our previous episodes.
Yes, but that's a heavily upgraded G3 desktop.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, Christian and I are going to do a QuickTime teleconference between our quadrants.
I've been toying with the idea of actually making a video on my iMac. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but
I'll give you your camera back.
Which one?
The FireWire camcorder.
What was that? A Canon?
Yes, I think the Sony.
Okay. I'm sure I can dumb down my Canon to 380 resolution and make raw files that'll actually import into Final Cut Pro 3.
It'll take you all week to do the render, right?
Hey, I'll tell you what, that little iMac's actually pretty perky. I'm surprised. That thing actually makes my dual processor G5 look like a slouch sometimes.
I'm thinking about using my G4, my 17-inch G4 PowerBook for the challenge.
Oh, there you go.
I can use whatever I want. I got a whole cluster behind me if I need it. Extra horsepower.
Bruce, are you gonna join me in my insanity?
Yeah. One of the things that I did last year at the end of the challenge is I went and bought, as much RAM as I could for my G5. So it's maxed out with RAM. I've got an SSD in there. I installed software on it, so I'll be perfectly prepared for the challenge this year. But now I just feel like that's not a challenge at all, and I've become inspired by Steve. I'm going to see if I can do it in OS 6.
OS 6?
6. System 6.08.
What do you plan on doing with System 6?
We'll have to wait and see.
What exactly are you going to run it on?
A Mac 2?
I will be running it on a Macintosh 2CI with a Radius Rocket 68040 33 megahertz.
Now we're going to cheat. We're not going to.
Not cheating.
It's
not cheating.
6 on a 33 megahertz 040, so it runs like. I'm not even going to say what it's going to run like.
Yeah, it's going to fly. That's for sure.
And with one of his homemade SCSI to SD cards, I mean, it should boot up in what? About 3 milliseconds?
Yeah, it'll be something like that.
So I expect Madeline. She's still here? I think so. I expect Madeline to do the challenge on her Lisa.
Ooh.
So, Bruce, what we have to set up is I have to put my ImageWriter 2 on a local talk network and expose that port to your Macintosh to you over the internet and get you to print to it.
Exposing things here. Come on.
It's just a dot matrix. It'll be fine.
Madeline agreed. She said yep, so it's official.
Well, I don't know if she said yep to that or me saying, is she still here? We're going to need some confirmation.
Okay, what about? Okay, let me throw this stupid little suggestion out there.
Kate's gonna use the SE30.
Does it have to be a Mac?
Dude,
where have you been?
You too?
Mike is welcome to do his own challenge on his own channel.
Like
you're pointing at a toaster right now. I can't see it.
He's gonna do it on a toaster.
I'm gonna do the challenge on a toaster.
All right then.
Well, we can't see anything from behind him. What?
We can't see what's on your couch, dude. There's just toasters. There you go.
Oh.
What is
it? It's an Apple II.
That would be an interesting challenge.
Do Apple II.
Ooh.
And if I
All right.
Seriously, you know what?
That's an
I reckon.
Apple II Plus.
Yeah, look, I think we should bend the rules because I just want to see that.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
It's a 68K. It's a 68K.
It is technically.
It is.
Yep, it is. It is.
If we're gonna,
it's just not technically a Mac. Technically.
It's got the colors on there. You're good.
So.
Yeah.
It's got the Apple logo on it.
Whatever I can't do on that, I'll just do on my iPad Pro.
So is anyone here participating?
Well, actually, yeah, Scarlett's like, he's right. It's not a 68K, it's a 6502.
So it's not 68K, it's 6.5K.
Oh, sorry. Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, so
is anyone here not going to participate?
I am not participating.
What? Your audio's muted. Your audio.
Yeah.
Did you get rid of?
No, I still have my 68Ks. I don't have a keyboard though. That is a problem.
Well, we wonder why.
You keep pouring water on them. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I still need to get with.
I'll send you one. You just have to promise you won't spill water on it.
Yeah, no. I won't.
Awesome.
Well, Rocky, you could use your fancy souped-up Quicksilver.
I also have more than that. I have this old G5 behind me, so.
There you go.
There you go.
But with what I've got going on, I'm not gonna do it. So
you could use it as a footrest, and then that's still using it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And we expect a daily report on that footrest as well.
All right, guys. So
I found a crappy little camera.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So
perfect.
And of course, the One thing, though, I wanted to point out about the whole challenge thing here, that part of the joy of this thing is not necessarily whether it works for you or not. It's about you writing about it and experiencing it and then sharing that experience with other people. You know, we're on the website, we have an opportunity for people to, post their experiences and tell us what it's like. And that is the real joy of it, is just finding out how it actually works out for everyone.
I think the very first one, I think I was pretty much one of the only ones. I think there was a couple other guys that actually did a blog every day on it. But if you go back and look at it, I mean, I actually kept track of what I did daily on my PowerPC. I did it on a G5, Power Mac G5, and I kept track of everything that I did on there. And I did a whole lot of stuff that
Jay
I didn't think I could do. Yeah,
he was doing like Dreamweaver updates on his website and everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't use the MDD with the Dual 2.0 Sonnet in it because that's not really a challenge. I think I went with the Dual 768 something.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, if I can get a G3 blue and white together, I'll use that. 400 megahertz.
And that monitor that's sitting up there behind you?
Yep, that one. No. But I did include on the website this year. There's no daily coverage of the experiences because it got really messy really fast. People were sending me stuff late, then I had to piece it together, and it got chaotic.
So just keep track of it and write it up at the very end. Yeah.
Yep. At the end of the week, we're gonna pick some stories, some experiences. We'll cover it on the show and just recount our own experiences.
Maybe we'll put a channel on the Discord and set maybe a PowerPC challenge channel.
Yep.
Yeah, or maybe people can submit videos.
That's on the website too. Everybody should just read the damn website.
Yeah.
Grudy actually.
The website that you just put up.
Well, you got to remember, Jay. Grudy doesn't even read our chats sometimes, and we have to tell him.
Valid point.
Now, Jay, you realize what this means.
What?
If you're going to do this challenge, you have to clean that desk back there.
Oh, that's no problem.
He says that now.
You clean that desk, and you turn around, and you turn back around again, and the desk is full of stuff. So
yeah,
it's gonna have to be. Yeah.
Do we have to fix your G5 for this challenge?
No.
Okay.
Come on, Dana's got tons of 68 machines. Come on.
Yeah, I have a particular machine in mind that I think particularly Steve will enjoy, but I haven't decided for sure yet.
Can you do the challenge on the network server?
No, it won't run Mac OS. No, it won't. It won't run Mac OS, unfortunately.
You can put all your data on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really much you can do on AIX on a network server, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
No,
by the way, Trina asked in the chat, Eep Quack, who here is taking part in the challenge? There were a bunch of Eeps. So it should be good.
Eep.
And the channel on Discord doesn't exist yet, but me or Steve will make it after the show. And then we can start that off.
There we go. All right, guys. So we are almost to the end of the show because it's almost 2 hours. So we're getting there. So we're going to go ahead with our shameless self-promotion. Anybody got anything they want to put out there before we say bye tonight?
I'm going to clean my office.
It's official
now.
I
can say I'm going to release my M1 Mac Mini video. That's on my to-do list, and it's going to kick off a revival of my channel. So
lots of benchmarks.
Throw your link in there.
I'm not doing the benchmarks. That's overdone. Everybody does that. I'm doing actually from the perspective of somebody like myself who goes from, High Sierra straight to an M1 and is booting it up, looking at it, messing with it for the first time. So it's going to be a very, raw experience, I guess you could say, and it should be fun. I've got some other friends on there that are were talking while I was doing it, and the videos actually, I've got a capture card, so I captured live video from the M1. It'll be fun. There's going to be a few Easter eggs, and I'm also working on a second project to actually run natively ARM Windows because I have access to a legit copy of it, and try to get it natively running on there without an emulator. So We'll see.
Sweet.
That's
Groody.
That's the type of stuff I like to see.
Groody, that looks like a bunch of
actual use.
Yeah, Groody, that looks like a bunch of trash behind you.
That's a graveyard.
Yeah, that's an iMac G5 that I'm still filming. I've been filming this since November 28th.
It looks like a pile of trash.
Well, right now it runs like a pile of trash because it's not finished being put back together yet.
Right now it's not running at all.
Oh no, it's running. It's just it's kind of broken, but it runs.
There was a tripod through it. How does it run?
That's what I was looking at. There's something through it.
Now that's a sad Mac if I ever saw one.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a sad Mac.
But that's coming up on the channel. I've got a few other things, and also the new channel coming up soon too. So.
Yeah.
Is there a new channel?
So that's where Groody's tripod.
Where have you been, guys? I had a live stream where I announced the darn thing.
Nobody watches your live stream.
Hey, the same place you were, Groody, watching all of our chat.
Exactly.
Was that Q&A number 247?
No, that was the MacBook Pro unboxing video.
Hey,
I know,
was
I saw
there.
it.
I said hi, and then I went back to dinner.
So, Groody, Mr. H has a question for you. He goes, how many machines Groody has that works?
Probably about 95 out of the 110 or 20 I have.
Yep.
He's still a ratio.
Yeah, but he still hasn't beat Steve down there, though. Steve, I think, is our biggest collector.
Yeah, he's up to 500.
Yeah, but most of Steve's are all broken, so.
No, I just need hard drives and memory for some.
That's why he wants that SCSI.
I want to put Bruce on the spot for a minute because I was promised an ultrasonic cleaning video. I was promised a SCSI 2SD video. I was promised a lot of things, and it's just not happening.
I know this is basically because all of those things are part-time pursuits, and my full-time job has been keeping me very busy. And for those that weren't aware, I've also become the Australian reseller of SCSI 2SD, which has been taking up a bit of my time. But these things are all still coming. So the next video I'll be bringing out is the SCSI 2SD benchmarking video. That's where I basically get the SCSI 2SD and I put it through its paces compared to an old spinner hard drive on 3 different speed Mac computers, and then look at all of the results to find out, just how fast the SCSI 2SD is. That video is coming very soon. That's like about 90% filmed and largely edited, so that one won't be far away.
Steve committed to 30 days. Are you committing to X amount of days here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I don't meet it.
Damn it, Bruce, you gave away my...
Well, it's like, what are you going to do to Bruce?
Yeah.
Take away his Patreon? Bruce is like, so what? I got 4,000 subscribers, or 5,000 subscribers now.
Try 7.5.
Oh, 7.5. There we go. See, I lost track.
Excuse us, Bruce.
Very nice.
Hey, David's here. Hey, David.
Hey, he's here just in time for us to get ready to go. Anybody got anything else they got going on?
Yes. Just a reminder, I am doing a giveaway for 4,000 subscribers. Let me see if it's actually in frame here. There it is.
You're doing a giveaway?
Yes, this is a Alpha Smart 4,000. 2,000. Excuse me. But it's a lovely little word processor. It's got ADB ports, MPS2 ports. You can do everything with it, and
even
as long as it's
PowerPC
word
challenge.
processing.
Can you do the PowerPC challenge with it?
I don't know what chip is in here, to be honest with you, but you could use it as a keyboard during the challenge. Let's just say that.
There you go.
Well, you got 50 of
A
the
very
things.
bad
Open one up.
keyboard.
No, it's actually not. It's not bad to write on, and the screen does get backlit too, which is pretty nice. So
Cool.
just a
Steve,
nice
every
little-
time I see that thing, it reminds me of, I think it was last week's episode when Bruce asked you a question, clearly setting you up for, to explain the features of the thing. And then you explained it, and he goes, oh, that is so cool.
Hey, Steve. I'll raise you an Alpha Smart
toaster?
3000.
A toaster?
I see.
All I see is a toaster.
There you go.
What was that, Mike?
Yeah, you were
Hang on
holding
a
up a
second.
toaster.
He held it up, and then Skype just ate him and turned him into a toaster. So
an Alpha
There it is.
Smart, an Alpha Smart 3000. Well, how about an
Ooh.
Alpha Smart Dana that
Ooh,
runs
a
Palm OS?
Dana.
Oh, where's
got
my
an Alpha
residual
Smart
check?
face off here.
All
Where's
right,
my
come on.
residual check?
Come on,
This
Mike.
thing
You
still
got
has batteries in it. I started typing. I hit the on/off button, and it actually came on. Holy crap! I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Oh, we know what Mike's next stream is going to be about.
Yep. Not this piece of junk. I can tell
I
you
haven't
that.
seen a dime from that, Steve.
No, I didn't name it.
All right, guys. So
If anybody, well, okay, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say we reached the end of our show tonight. I was gonna try to, because we're way past 2 hours now. So.
It feels like an old video.
It does. It feels like when we first started,
Classic.
we just kept
Old
yakking. So anyways, but let me go ahead and pull up the Discord link. Guys, we do have a Discord server. If you want to come and join us, the Discord link is up there. Go ahead and check it out. We will have a whole lot. We'll have a couple more channels added here soon because I got the Power PC challenge is getting ready to be added in there.
It's just added.
Yeah. But also, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as Bruce always says,
smash that like button.
There we go. But make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon. We only do this once a week. So you're only going to get that one notification a week. And during Christmas time, you're not going to get any because we're going to be gone. After next week, after the 101st episode, we're going to be taking a 2-week hiatus. And we're going to come back with a whole lot of stuff for the new year.
Well, like I keep saying, I might do something.
Rudy's going to do a 3-week long Q&A stream.
Q&A, yep.
Hey, maybe. Yeah, no.
So get your questions ready, everyone.
Well, he's probably answered
Mike
every
put
question
back
you
there
could
that
imagine.
Mike's going to stream Saturday at 2.
Yeah.
What?
But
very nice.
Ooh. Mike's announcement for his self promotion. He's streaming Saturday at 2.
So all that's missing now is Steve announcing his stream for later tonight.
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, we thank you guys.
Watch me install System 7.6 and throw a computer across the room.
With a tape.
I actually want to see that.
See, I'm trying to end the show here. See, guys, I can't even end it.
Let's just keep on going.
All right,
no.
guys, get lost.
Anyways, guys, it's you guys that's made this show what it is today. 100 episodes. I can't believe we've actually made it to 100. Over 2 years, we started this, and it's you guys that keep watching us and keep us going. So we appreciate everybody that watches us, all our fans out there, and we hope to see you guys for the next 100 episodes. So with that, we're going to go ahead and say bye, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.